Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trade by Numbers. Hope you're having a great Friday. We're going to close this week off good. Be sure you stick around. Join me this afternoon. We're going to go over the week's trading, figure up our ROI. You're not going to want to miss that. Now, I had a really great question in the comments come from the Prepared Advocist. I think I'm saying that right. But great question just the same. He was asking me how I find my resistance and support levels. And of course, there's a million ways to do this. There's a ton of indicators that you can go out there and buy that helps work with this. I use just a few very simple indicators to get a rough idea. And I'm going to walk you through that right now so that you can do the same. Let me flip my screen around here. Now, I'm going to be using the SQQQ, since that's what I was trading yesterday. Had some charts up on this, and of course I always use just simple moving averages, the 21-day, 50-day, 200-day moving averages. That's just always on my screen. Now this is looking at a 1-day time frame, so each of these candles represent a day. And then my favorite indicator to use is a Fibonacci retracement tool, which what you see up here now. Now, of course, Fibonacci retracement tool can be used in a lot of ways. You can pull it from swing high to swing low, or swing low to swing high to get an idea of where a stock could move. However, when I'm looking for near term, I don't always go to the highs. I look at more current type support levels. So I simply just kind of pulled it up here, kind of on the low that we had a couple of weeks ago, pulled it up here to the high that we had a few days ago, which also happened to match these highs right here. Fit the screen pretty good, and now it gives you a pretty good channel there of some levels that I could look at, running up to about 58.29, down to about 56.28, through that line to about 55.50. And of course, as we know, that's pretty much exactly how it worked out for us yesterday. Now that I see this on the hourly time frame and get a little bit of an idea, or 1-day time frame, I can take and I can go over and I could check out the 4-hour time frame, or I could check out the 1-hour time frame. Typically, if I'm looking at a brand new stock, I'll start with the 1-day, move to the 4-hour, move to the 1-hour, and see if all of my signs are reading about the same. But we can look at it a little bit closer here, and I'll go ahead and show you how I set my tool up. Simply go over here to be able to find your Fibonacci. Simply go over here to the 4 squares right here, pull up our drawing, Fibonacci retracement, and then we're going to just place a contact right here, and then pull up. Here we go. Let's see here where we want to be at. Let's look at it right about, let's see if that's about right. The screen's wanting to move around on me. It's not letting me find the right spot exactly. Let's see if we're pretty close here. Yeah, that looks about right. So now we've got a Fibonacci retracement pulled up here on the 1-hour time frame, and we're going to see what kind of levels that gives us. Okay, so now we've got it pulled, and we can see that it's matching the pattern pretty good. You can see that there's been a lot of rejections and supports at these levels, which Fibonacci just simply measures a mathematical equation of where something could move. And a lot of these trading algorithms, as well as psychologically some of these numbers, we just tend to bounce off of. And so this gives us a nice little trading range. We can see that we were trading right in here mostly yesterday, which is pretty much exactly how I figured out where we were going to be at yesterday, was looking through these ranges, as well as just, if you're day trading, you've got to be able to adapt based on the chart that's in front of you. When you start seeing that it's going up and coming back down in a particular range, say 40 cents, 50 cents, yesterday it was bouncing about 50, 60 cents. That's why we set ourselves up to trade in a 40-cent range, so that I could pretty much, the odds were there that I was going to get in and be able to get out. We don't have to squeeze every penny out. You just have to make sure that you're getting out. And remember, the getting out is more important than the getting in. You don't want to get into a price and then have it just drop because you was trying to get every penny out on the top side. You got to be able to get back out of a trade to be able to take profit. But that is a couple of ways that I look at finding those resistance levels. And if you just kind of pull it away, even without looking at it, when you look at a chart, you can see past resistance levels. We can just take and look at this candle, for instance. We know it hit 56.39 at a high. We can look over here, 56.45 at a high, 56.57 as a high, 56.46 as a high. And I can, just by looking at those numbers real quick, I can deduce that right around 56.50 is a little bit of a support area. That on the 1 hour time frame, we've bounced off that multiple times. And so that's just another way to be able to say there's a little bit of resistance there, considering that we're trading below that. Or if we were up or where we're at now, I could easily look down here as well and say 53.66, 53.67, 53.74, 53.31, 43.37. So I can say right around that 53.40 range is also a pretty good support level. And that's looking at the 1 hour time frame. Of course, you can do the same on the daily time frame. Or if you're looking to trade, up closer, you could look at it on the 15-minute or 5-minute time frames to find that resistance level. So that's just a few ways that you can find the resistance and support of any stock that you're looking at. Simply pull up your chart, look at the daily. I always like looking at the daily and then backtracking from there and looking at the lower time frames. Now there are times if you're looking to go long, maybe you need to look at the weekly time frame. But for most of the trading I do, the daily time frame is the longer time frame I'm looking at, and then I'm going to look at the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and then maybe the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame to really narrow down my window of what trading range I'm going to be looking at for the day. So I hope you found this helpful. Like I said, great question. Everybody needs to know how to find resistance and support levels. So make sure that you're implementing that yourself. Till next time, be blessed, and remember, never trade with your emotions. Always trade by the numbers.